in the challenge, Sage was trying to convince Savannah to drop. I'm like, girl, save your energy, okay?
Save
This
it.
girl is
Save
not
it.
dropping off no
Save it.
promise.
Right.
Save it. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about the must talked about episode of Survivor 49, episode 12. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And today we have Aysha here with us from RHAP. So excited to have you. Feel free to introduce yourself and let the people know what you're up to.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here. I am Aysha. Most people know me from Rob Has a Podcast, RHAP, but I did scurry away and do a little stint on Survivor 47.
Yes.
So I am so excited to be here. Podcasting really has become like a first love for me. Like I love to talk about all these shows. Like I know y'all talk about, Married at First Sight and Love is Blind. I podcast about those as well over on RHAP. And then I saw you had some of my friends on here, like Star and Chappelle and Mari.
Yeah.
Love all of them. So I'm so excited to be here.
Same. We're glad to have you. So this is the last regular episode before I think the next episode is going to be our finale. Is that where we're at, ladies? Yes.
Yes.
And so the tribal, let's start there, because there was a lot of things, not just I think Steven going home was the least exciting thing, I think.
Yes.
Of the tribal. It was so much. I thought Sophie was gone. I thought she was
I did too.
gone.
I legit saw some exit interviews from Steven today, and I was like, wait a second. That's right. Steven did leave. Oh my God. Why was that the lead? That tribal was wild. Because I don't know. I looked at the TV, or I looked at the time, and I was like, dang, we kind of got a lot of time left in the episode for tribal to be starting now. And just like you, I was like, if Sophi B can't get out of this, it just didn't seem like a way. It didn't seem like there was any possible route for Sophie to stay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do y'all think was, because the Christina vote I was surprised by. What do y'all think happens? I haven't ingested any social media. She may have shared what it was. But I was like, did Sage tell her that Steven told her about the idol? I don't what got her to get on board with this.
Yeah, while watching, I was highly confused. I mean, when the Steven votes just kept running. I mean, I didn't want Sophie to leave, so let me start there. I didn't want her to
let's
leave.
Be clear.
And I didn't want. I didn't really. Did I care that Steven left? Yes and no, for the numbers' sake of it all. But I was so confused. But I did see on Sophi B's Twitter, I think her ex, she said that Christina did tell her about Steven's advantage. So she knew what it was, but she was not sure what the rules were. So they were not no one understood that if Steven played it before he went to tribal, that he technically no longer had the advantage, which is low-key a disadvantage for the knowledge is power. But we did discuss that, right?
I'm about to say we literally discussed that last episode.
Yeah, he has to say it before you even go to tribal. So it's nobody can take that from you if they didn't know about it and you happen to not have played it.
It would have had to have been last tribal. She would have had to have taken it last tribal when he still technically had it. And that's what we talked about. So I mean, I don't know. I think it could have been anticipated that this was how something like that would be played. I don't know. I mean, but I think they thought it was still a vote. That was, I think, the reason. But even still, with it being still a vote, you have to designate whose vote you're stealing before you vote. It's not just that you stand up and I take their vote, or is it? I can't remember.
No, it is. Because the still a vote happened. It was the day after I got voted out. And there's this one guy in my tribe that was on my tribe. I can't remember his name. He stood up and stole Keyshawn's vote. And so that's where it was kind of Like that's how the still a vote is played. But with the block a vote, why is it not the same? Like I guess it's to leave that like, oh, we don't know who did it, who blocked the vote. But it's like I think they want that element of surprise of like Savannah walking up, looking to see like, oh shoot, I don't have the parchment. But the other thing that Sophie said on Twitter was that by Christina telling Sophie that, okay, Steven has a block a vote, Sophie knew that the vote was going to be unanimous. And so it was one of those things where Sophie didn't even think she was in jeopardy because she knew, okay, Christina's telling me this. Sage said that she's voting out Steven. So I know that I'm not in danger, so I don't need to go steal Rizzo's idol because I don't need that security.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, like, geez, Louise, like he didn't even plan for her. I was like, isn't she in danger? And I'm like, girl, that's why you should have took it. But on the block a vote, there's always like that parchment paper, you cannot vote, please return to your seat. You know what I mean? And isn't that always the block a vote? Like, what else is that used for?
Or it's like you don't have your vote back. Like if you've lost your vote.
Oh, true.
And you don't like back when they did like the journeys and you didn't know if you lost your vote or whatever, they would have that parchment to say like go back to your seat.
True.
When they did the dice or whatever it was with the fire sign and all that. Okay.
But the other thing I was thinking was like, so I ever since playing, I try to give so much grace, right? Like I know what it's like to be out there and to just kind of like be zoned in on a decision. You're like, this is what makes sense to me the most right now. I'm not trying to be paranoid. I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to use more brain power than I need to right now because everything takes energy, even thinking through scenarios. And so I was also thinking like, okay, even with that additional clarification from Sophi B, like, oh, you didn't need that security, but she knows Rizzo's idol is good till 5, right? Like she also clarified that too, that she was the one that came up with the idea for Rizzo to say that it expired at final 6. And so I was thinking like, okay, you could steal his idol, right? Just keep it for yourself. Everybody's voted for Steven. Now you have an idol at 5, then you're at 4, like no one's voting any, like, I guess you have the danger of like going to fire, but you don't have to worry about being voted out at this point. But then it's like that scenario, maybe she's thinking, yeah, exactly. You do have to live with them. You got to deal with them being mad that now that's the case. And it's tough because we can think of a million scenarios from home, fully fed. I slept in my bed last night, I don't have to worry about all this stuff like rats and stuff, I guess. But that's the other option I was thinking of.
Yeah, no matter the scenario though, I was just thinking like, still, Sophie, you need something. And I guess she can explain all that to the jury, right? Like she can say, I'm the one who told Rizzo to do this. I'm the one who knew about Steven's block of vote. So we were able to make sure the vote was flipped on him. But it's still like, we still want to see something. Like, I don't know.
I mean, she could have saved it. She could use it at 5, right? Yeah, then is that what you were saying, or you were saying take it now? Okay, I thought you were saying take it this episode.
Take it now.
Oh, okay.
Use it at 5. Yeah.
But she could take it at 5. Why
did she waste her advantage?
She could, that's a very good point. She could take it at 5 and use it at 5. Yeah. I wonder if it just like she just, you want a moment. She's saying that throughout the whole episode too. Like this is her time to make a move because she needs to start making an impression with the jury. Like she needs the jury to start thinking oh, if she makes this final 3, she has a chance.
Yeah, but I feel like the way she did that with all the information that she had, it was like the most minimal impact way to play her advantage because it's like if you knew all of these cards were laid out, you're not really doing nothing. If anything, you're looking like, oh, I just played this knowledge is power for no reason. So that's why I'm like, if you knew about the idol and you knew about the block of vote, you didn't know that, okay, because he has to cast it before tribal, at the very least you knew that idol was good the next episode and you knew that you weren't going home based on these discussions that you had. So why would you still just not take the idol?
Well,
here's the. Or go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I think you'd have to live with them. Like if you took it at 6, I think she should have just waited at 5, took it at 5, and then everybody vote Rizzo out. Like they would have known what to do. You wouldn't even have to have talked to people ahead of travel. They would have just been like, we know what to do. Say less. But that was my only thought on it, is that like it's such a smaller thing to steal. But if she did steal it successfully, she would have a upper hand, in 5. It's not bad,
Right. Yeah. Let's say she steals his block a vote. Now they're going into 5 with a block a vote. Like they don't have to worry about any extra votes lingering out there, or, it's something to use at 5.
Maybe that was her thought process.
Yeah.
But they don't even need it if she's sticking with them, though, because they got 3-2,
Yeah. But she's also playing so close to them. Like she knows what they're capable of. She knows that she knows that they are, like, Savannah and Rizzo are each other's number 1. She knows that she may seem expendable to them. She don't know what's about to happen. What if Christina was holding on to 2 idols? She could have an idol. Sage could win immunity. And then it's like, okay, then what? She's out of options. But the other thing I was thinking about, I was like, let me put myself in Sophie's shoes. Why play this on Steven as opposed to just taking it from Rizzo? Like, she clearly was debating it, right? Like she said her grandma would have wanted her to be like, you don't know this man. I was thinking if she decides to take Rizzo's idols, like, I'm gonna just ride with Sage and Christina, and let's say they try to get out Rizzo. I'm gonna ride with Sage, Christina, and Steven. She knows she's at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Like she's at the bottom of a 4. Savannah most likely will, like, if the trend continues, she most likely will win immunity. Then they're looking at her like, oh, you're expendable, right?
Yeah, very true.
And so instead, she's put herself in a position where going into 5, she's with the 3. Now she has options because like you were saying,
because she is the third
vote,
either way.
Yeah, she's the third. And so I was like, with the Christina vote, I was shocked by that. I said, girl, you used your idol on him, and then you voted him out. And so then I was thinking, like, Christina probably is thinking, Sophie already told me she's willing to turn on Savannah and Rizzo, right? And so she's like, if she's willing to do it at 6, she's willing to do it at 5. So Christina and Sage probably think, oh, we're going into the final 5 with a 3. Meanwhile, Rizzo and Savannah are like, oh, we're going into 5 with a 3. And the common denominator is Sophie. So it's like she's still in a good position. But for us as a viewer,
it was like a lackluster way to get it.
How amazing would that have been if she took Rizzo's idol?
I was looking at the screen like, baby, listen to the ancestors. Listen to your grandma. Like, please.
Yeah, because
play that thing on Rizzo.
When Savannah picked her for the reward, I was like, right move, Savannah, because like this is the thing that might just be, stop her from making this move here. But who knows? Maybe that was the ancestors as well, being like, I need my baby to calm down so she doesn't play this. So she is the third vote no matter which way, So maybe her people looking out for her either way. Do you all think that this was the right move for Christina and Sage? Because that jury was like, what? And it's like, I don't know if they like that.
No.
They didn't like that at all.
It was not. And Sage, she said, I couldn't beat that. And I'm sitting here thinking, there you go with your emotions, girl. This was not the play for you. You need numbers going into this next phase of the game. And you've given up a solid number for you.
Yeah, I'm like, let's rewind. Okay, earlier, let's not forget. Sophie B came out of a 3-person tribal. I feel like because there hasn't been anything flashy since like those days of her going to tribal back to back to back to now, it's just kind of like they've just forgotten, like, she could have a case. It's kind of like they're just dismissing the fact that she is like a contender when it's like, Sage, come on, girl. Like, okay, maybe you can't beat Steven, but can you beat Sophie?
And also,
and the thing. Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say, I don't think that they have heard Sophie speak. Like when she talks to the camera, she's very clear. She's very precise. Yeah. She knows what she's trying to say, and she knows the position she's in. And so I think in that final tribal, she's gonna come guns a-blazing and just like, I had to fight, and I'm here, and I did this, and I could have taken his idol. I considered it, and I chose not to. Yep, like she's gonna.
I was that safe.
Yeah, and then it put me in. I'm in the best position. I could go this way. I could go that way. Like. She's gonna kill a final tribal, to be honest, I think, if she's there. So I don't think that Sage and Christina know that side of her, because she's very good at like managing people's perception of her.
Yes, and that's all what it's about. Perception is reality.
Yeah, and she's really good too at she's that person who's like, you know how they be like, you got to make the man feel like it was their idea. She does that when she's speaking. She's like, what do you think? Because I'm thinking, like maybe. And so I think it disarms everyone around her to not see her as this strategic threat. Like they don't see the level of strategy that she really, really has. But yeah, I mean, y'all are right. Y'all are right.
Yeah,
I still wish she did it.
But it's like I get it. Like I am totally not confused by the reaction from the public of just like, what the heck are we watching? Because it's like. We wanted the jaw-dropping moment. You want to see people turn on each other.
They set it up for us to have that.
Exactly. Like they had us on the edge of our seat. The editors did that where they wanted us to truly believe like this is about to be the moment where the guy who's been narrating the season is about to just like get got, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, but then you just put yourself in her shoes, then it's just like, she is literally in the middle still. She managed to, her knowledge is power, but when has it done something? That advantage has not worked a single time. Like they need to retire it.
Come through with the history.
No one has effectively used that, which is why it's just got to go. Because anytime you tell somebody about the knowledge is power, it loses its power. And people just can't keep it a secret for some reason. And then people start moving stuff around and you can't steal it. And, she lost it on a technicality, the fact that he didn't technically have it anymore because he used it already. But I'm just like, technically going into 5, Sophie has options, which if she had turned on Rizzo, Savannah was not about to be an option for her.
Yeah, I can see that. Savannah would have went out like a lone soldier. She would have said, I'm in this game by myself and that's it, honey. Which, I mean, she's playing like that already. I'm sure she's going to comp beast her way to the end.
Yeah.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, unless she just doesn't win this time. On the 5,
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
It's just like the likelihood. Yeah, it's just Rizzo has not shown up in challenges.
Not an ounce.
He keeps making me think he's like an adolescent when he does. I'm like, the strength is the full man strength ain't there, But in the challenge where Sage was like trying to convince Savannah to drop, I'm like, girl, save your energy, okay?
Save it.
Girl
is
not dropping off no
Save
promise.
It. Right. Save it. If anything, she's making a joke out of you. She's like, just do it, babes. We gotta fight. Crossing her arms. I'm like, girl, this girl is solid. Why in the world would you think she about to give it to you on the name of what's her boyfriend's
Austin?
Name? Austin?
Isn't she saying on his
to my $1 million?
Okay,
who is Austin to my $1 million, girl? I don't give a damn about Austin.
I'm like, and at what point, when at any point in this season has Savannah done something for someone else? Right. Like she has proved herself to be a very self-interested player, which is working for her. Right. Like that's her persona, right? Yeah. She is like doing everything it takes to get as far as she can. And she is not about to give you no immunity. Six. Yeah. Final 6.
Yeah. She didn't even want, like, speaking of like her doing stuff for herself, she didn't even want those letters that much. She was like, I want the food, the letters from home. It's good, but the food,
Yeah.
So I'm 1,000% with you on that. Like, I'm not sure where Sage was. Maybe she was just, not eating
the emotion, the pain, everything.
Because she's showing her hand at that point. Yeah. She's showing, hey, I'm at my wit's end. That's why I'm trying to cut a deal.
Yeah.
And then Savannah's like, I can go 2 hours.
Yeah,
so I'm not about to drop.
Yeah. Yeah, Savannah, she's strong. She's built like an athlete.
Yeah, she dropped something on Instagram or TikTok, somewhere online, of her workout routine pre-Survivor. I didn't watch it yet, but I did see it's a pre-Survivor workout routine, which I'm like, it had to be some combination of like Pilates, yoga, because her core strength is impeccable.
Yeah, and the balance. This last challenge was balance all the way. So
that's that yoga. What is it? The Superman.
She probably do Legree and bar. She probably do all of them.
Airplane. I think that's the. But yeah. Anything else about the challenge? Because I feel like there's still more that I wanted to chat about with regard to the tribal, with regard to these rats. Like,
well, what? So wait. So which challenge? The immunity or the reward?
I noticed that they split that. Split that. Either or. We can circle back to the rats after we have talked about these challenges.
Yeah, because let me see. So Savannah ended up winning that, which is wild too, because she is a very petite woman.
Yeah,
and that seemed tall even for Rizzo. Like Rizzo is like 6 foot. And so it's like the fact that she was able to it was an even playing field. So I'm just like wondering, like, how hard was that challenge to have such a big reward? It was equal across the board. I wonder, like, should it have been a little bit more challenging to where, but yeah, it's wild that, Savannah won that too.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't even blame her either for picking Rizzo and Sophie.
I think that's the right move for her. I think that was the right move. Exactly. It's like
to solidify it even more.
Yeah. She was a target no matter what, whether she had took Christina said something about, I'm the mom. And I'm like, girl, she was not about to choose you because you are a mom. This ain't that season. This is not that season.
I'm 33. And Christina's probably like just a couple years older than me. Like, you the mom. Would I feel like I'm the mom?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, maybe like the young auntie.
Yeah. But she does give motherly vibes because she's so nurturing and stuff like that.
And because she is a mom,
Yeah. But speaking of,
Savannah don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Shoot, Savannah had even said, it was one part Savannah was like, and they're at the camp because of me. With a smile on her face. I was like, Savannah, girl, you are not beating the mean girl allegations ever.
Yeah.
She said, I just had the best day in Fiji so far.
Yeah.
And they weren't a part of it.
Yeah. She sounded really down when they got to the challenge. Like, she was just like, I'm out, I'm depleted. And I was just like, oh, I felt a little, I actually started feeling bad for it. And I was like, maybe she'll win. And then she won.
I felt bad for her because Jeff was like, it felt like he just threw salt on the wound and was like, well, the roller coaster isn't over. It continues today. Here's the challenge. I was like, doggone. Christina got this nice consoling moment when she was feeling down and like, Jeff is like, get over it. Let's go.
I'm surprised we didn't get more. I mean, I guess there just wasn't much there, but like in my season, this episode was like the Operation Italy episode. And so we got to see them strategizing all night, like, because we knew they slept over. Whereas like on the episode, I wasn't there. But with this episode, we didn't really get that like going to sleep, did we? Like the going to sleep montage. Like we didn't know what the sleeping situation was, or it was just like it was assumed this was just to solidify those three. They didn't have to come up with anything. I don't know if y'all peeped Rizzo at one point. He was like, we can call this Operation Mexico.
I didn't hear that. And then they called themselves Tres Leches.
Yeah, Rizzo, I want to take him up because I was watching yesterday when he was crying about his letters. I was like, Not Rizzo got me rooting for the white man. I'm like, I really like Rizzo. I just do.
Yeah, same.
He's growing on you.
It's like, yeah, I've liked him the whole time, to be honest. Like, as soon as like the beginning, but him crying by his family, I was like, oh, this is so nice. This is so cute. Like, he just seems very endearing and very nice. And it's like, I wouldn't mind if he won, but I'm like, I would love for our Black people to win a little bit.
No.
But I don't, Christina, love her, but she isn't going to win. I don't see her winning against Sage and anyone. Like,
It's why, yeah, I guess 2 points. So on Rizzo, yes, he is, there's something very endearing about him, especially in person. I think one thing that's very telling to me is when I meet players in person, I'm like, I get it. Like, I met Joe from 48 in person. I was like, he's so charming. Like, I get why there was just this air of, oh, we love Joe. And it was like, when I met Rizzo, I was like, he's just like a goofy guy. Like, it's something that's, I think with how goofy and like full his personality is, it's something very disarming about that. Which it's like, yeah, as a viewer, we're starting to see that in these little things we learn about him and stuff. But then just like we were talking about perception, like, are they seeing him as just this goofy kid to the point that he has a chance to actually win the game? Is that, because there becomes a point where even Steven said it in his exit interviews that like there became a point where they're like, we don't care about flushing the idol. Like, we don't care. Like, it's, and if someone, like, if somebody that you perceive as a threat had an idol, you wouldn't forget about trying to flush it. Like, you want to flush it. So I'm like, was there this perception out there that is just like, oh, Rizzo is just like Rizzo. It's not somebody I have to worry about in the final three.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that, just to the point of like also the idol, but just why don't they see him as a threat? Like, why doesn't his name ever come up? It's always Savannah, but like Savannah and Rizzo are here in our eyes, and it's something that's happening in the game that's not translating that to the players. So I was like, do they think he can win? It must not be that they think he can win. They must only be looking at Savannah for real.
But then I also think that part of it could be like, same with Sophie, like this managing of perception. Maybe he's doing a good job of that. I don't know. Because I know that the way he speaks to the camera, he would also kill a final tribal. Yeah, so it's like, if y'all don't see that, then you'll welcome to the show when you get there.
Right.
But it is what it is. So
but that's unfortunate though, that they were like, at some point we don't care about the idol because they was gung-ho on Christina's idol, and I feel like Christina could have had that run with them. We don't care that Christina has the idol because she has not positioned herself as a threat. And while we're on the topic of things Steven said, when Steven, that spaghetti, I'm calling it Spaghetti Gate. Spaghetti Gate, it pissed, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, no, you didn't just say she a sloppy player and compared it to eating spaghetti and she's just messy all over the place and everybody else is fine dining with their forks and knives. I didn't like that analogy whatsoever.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that analogy either. It's so tough too, just like, because you like, so the final six, I've met all of the final six in person and they're all great people. But then you watch stuff, right? And then you're like, ooh, didn't like that comment. Or, oh my gosh, I really like that. But yeah, I think it was like in this moment, where Steven's game is kind of like going downhill. I feel like he needed something to blame because he couldn't blame him. It's like, obviously you want to look at everybody but yourself. And I felt like in that moment, even with like the words, because I even was kind of lost in like how he misconstrued like what she was saying and like, oh wait, you did consider voting me out or whatever. I think that he needed like an object, or he needed something to kind of blame going out. And it unfortunately happened to be like, oh, Christina was not the downfall of your game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, I feel like that it takes me back a little bit to the episode before when we were just talking about like things that people are unconsciously aware of, like why they trust somebody or why they don't. Because in that moment, like Christina, it sounded like to me that she was trying not to blow up Sage's position. And so she may have been speaking in a way that was a little too it sounded too cagey, but it really was just her trying to not tip him off that Sage was having considerations of getting him out. And so to me, it feels like, how are you just keep having these misreads about Christina. You're telling people about her idol earlier on, and it's like, what's going on there, and what sort of unconscious, I don't know, bias or things that allow you to trust one person versus the other, because Sage was actively, at least on the edit, actively pursuing getting you out. Christina was like, no, wait. And so I didn't like his interactions with regards to that. I think he's a nice guy. I don't have any issues or anything like that. And I don't think anybody on this cast has any like overt, prejudices or anything like that. But we all live, in America. We all have like unconscious elements of things. Even, me, like I said, Rizzo. I have to open my heart, and I like him as a player. And so, we all live in this, country. And so I think that it's interesting what the dynamic and who people trust and don't trust. And so that's the only thing that registered to me from that comment,
Yeah. On the note of Christina, like you were saying earlier, no one has been looking at her. Like it seems like the perception at this point is that no one's worried about Christina, right? Like it's almost as if they've just kind of like written her off as someone who they can beat. And I wonder either, is Christina at this point racking up things that she can say that have been going on behind the scenes that she can explain her game? Or is she feeling that? I wonder, is there a moment where you're feeling like, dang, like I don't know what there is at this point that I could really sell myself or sell or make a case on? Because like I said at the beginning, like she voted out Steven and she used her idol on him. Like it's tough because it's like, you're gonna use your idol on him, ride with him to the end. Because you gave up the one thing that could really carry you far, get you through the final 5.
Yeah. And maybe she played her idol on him more about her and not losing her allies and her position as opposed to like in this position she feels like she's got a new ally in Sophie. But yeah, I'm most unclear about what changed her mind in that vote and everything like that. But yeah,
because I think in her mind at this point, like especially deciding to vote out Steven and like thinking like, okay, Sophie B has the potential to ride with us. Like she's maybe at this point imagining a final 3 of her, Sage and Sophie B, right?
Yeah.
And so then it's like, okay, now you got somebody that would be a final 3, somebody from all the 3 original tribes. And I just wonder, they all played such different games. They weren't with each other at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that she's like, okay, I can lean on the moves I made at Hina. And there's a good amount of people that are Hina on this jury, so that's helpful. She has friends on the jury, so maybe that is what she could. I'm like actively thinking it through right now. I'm like, maybe that is what she was kind of leaning on. Like, I got friends over there on the bench, so if I can just get there, then they'll look out for me.
Yeah.
We don't get enough of her strategy talk. I can't remember exactly what it is that she was saying. It was one moment. I don't know who was she talking to about strategy and how they should do the votes.
When you talking about this episode?
Yeah, this episode. I wrote down Christina is cooking, and that's
yeah. So this is the thing I wonder about when you were saying earlier that like Christina, like what is she thinking is her game? I do wonder if there's a bit of under editing because like I will say I don't see
severely
it a ton, but there are these moments where, especially I think early game, she may have been a part of what was moving that tribe and in a more of a power position, especially because of her likability and who was on that tribe. You had, but I don't think they went to tribal that much. I mean, not they didn't go that much at all. But
they didn't. Yeah.
I don't know if they went at all. But I think that maybe there was a feeling of her being in a better position than she's found herself in towards the latter part of the game. And I wonder if that's sort of where her thought process is like really in that beginning part. And I also think that sometimes when she does speak about certain moves, especially like around when they got rid of MC and Sophie as should have gone home, it feels like she took the energy of like, I'm in the driver's seat, but this just had a snag. We just had a snag. But it felt like the way she was feeling is like we're in control, but we just had a snag. And so I wonder if it's just taking a while for her to catch up to the fact that like, okay, that was early game. I may not be doing it at this point. You know what I mean? But her reads are good reads when she talks about things. Like, so like, I'm not surprised that you're like, oh, she's cooking because her reads are right. She's like, we got to get this person out. We got to get this person out. We got to get that. So that's why I'm like, I wasn't sure how the Steven vote went down for her because there's no way the three of them should be in the final, like any of them should be in the final three, unless they're gonna do a final two this year. But like, I think that's a gamble, like you should assume that the third spot needs to not be one of them because I think they all beat anybody else, Steven included. I don't think Steven could have beat them. I don't think personally. I think if any of them made it, they're winning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I remember exactly what I was going to say, actually. What she said was it was when she was talking to Sage, and Sage was considering Steven, and she said, we need Steven to stay because right now, like, we need at least one person who has the chance of beating Savannah out in immunity. And so if we get rid of him, it's not the smartest thing for our game, and they also need the number. And so I was like, Sage, listen, like you need to go with this side. And so I am with you, Corinne. I do wonder what happened to where it went to Steven. And I hate that we missed the conversation where she told Sophie B about the knowledge is power. I mean, about the advantage. I'm like, why are we missing these very key
They wanted to take away the suspense. I mean, they wanted to keep the suspense. But yeah, I yes, there are people that track the amount of like confessionals and stuff, and Christina definitely has the fewest of the people left in the game, and it's just so annoying because I do feel like she's being severely under edited, where it's just like we're not getting to see that strategic side. They're using her as like, oh, the funny moment, as opposed to showing us like what she's doing. And I think there is also something to I think it was Christina, MC, and Sophie S were the three that hadn't been to tribal before the merge. And so the merge was their first time getting a taste of what tribal is like. And so it's like all of that game they had before then, it's very little of it made the edit because they're like, oh, it doesn't matter because they didn't go to tribal. But those were the foundation. Like that was the foundation of the relationships they made that made it into the merge, but we're not seeing that because they were focused on the other tribes. And so I'm like, dang, it really sucks because I'm like, I want to know what she would say to like support her game because it's like we're not seeing it on the edit because they're conveniently left all that stuff out.
Yeah, which is why they need to go back to 2 tribes, quite honestly. Just go back to 2. Yeah. It makes it, I feel like it makes it easier to get to know everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I like 3. I'm okay with 3, but also because I saw somebody's TikTok where they were like, I don't like a tribe swap. Stop it. You messing with the game. I always feel like this is part of the game. I'm like, I like a good tribe swap, personally. But
I hate it when it's always our people who go out on them, or the person that you're rooting for the most goes out on it. I feel like that's how it always goes.
Because it is a very like just luck of the draw sort of predicament to be placed in. But let's go ahead.
I just can't stand the tribes of 6 because it's just easy. Like everyone just approaches it like just get a 4, and it's like that leaves so little room for flexibility. I think if you had a tribe of 8 even or 9, like, but obviously that would mean you would need to have 2 tribes. But the 6 is just kind of getting a little tired because it's like, oh, you had your 4, you're fine.
Right. Very true. It always leaves 2 people out. Yep.
All right. Before we close out, I don't know if y'all have anything else, but I want to talk about this rat situation because I would love to play Survivor. Really, I would love to play Big Brother, but I would love it in Survivor format. You know what I mean? Like 26 days, hit it and quit it.
Right, not 100.
Yes. But Survivor with these rats. We've talked to other players, and they've talked about how the rats or the mice, whatever, crawl on you in your sleep. What was your experience? Because apparently, like, they decided to give the mice a cameo this episode.
I
was just like, bruh.
I wouldn't have been able to handle it. And I do know that their merge beach is on the same island that Lavo, my tribe, was on, but they're not in the same location that we are. Like, we were in a separate area. They have more space than we had. We were in a very intimate situation.
Okay.
But if I had seen a rat,
you never saw one?
I can't even handle. No, if I can't even handle seeing rats in the New York subways. Like I would have slept in the ocean that night. Like I don't think I could have handled that at all. So I was
wondering if they come after a certain amount of days when stuff is like left out. There's coconut shells popped open everywhere. Everybody's funky.
Oh, the chicken.
They're like, because there were chickens there, and maybe chickens are leaving stuff behind, and the rats are like coming in and just like.
So you didn't have?
I never saw a rat. Yeah, I never saw a rat. We were constantly covered in ants. So it was kind of like you would be sitting there having a conversation. You look down and you're like, oh shoot, okay. Got to get these ants off me. But I do know that one night I was asleep. I got a spider bite. So somehow a spider bit me to where it was just kind of like this like wound that was kind of like actively healing, and it didn't start healing until I was back in the US.
Wow.
Like it was just like an open, and the doctor was like, yeah, that's definitely a spider bite. He's like, keep an eye on it. Make sure it's not like numb. You're not like getting numb or anything. I'm like, no, it's just, it's like, yeah. So I had to nurse that. I still have the scar from it. But yeah, spiders, ants, that's the extent. Obviously like on the sand, there were like, they call it hermit crabs and stuff. But I personally didn't see any rats.
Really? Okay. Well, maybe it's their beach. Yeah. I know, right? Maybe I might try.
If you get lucky. Yeah.
Right.
If you get lucky enough to be on a beach that doesn't, have them, then
because that's the problem. Like these, I could never. Like, and I remember reading an article way back that they were talking about, one of the players was talking about all of the mice that they saw, like that was just there. It was like a rat infestation. But maybe it's like you were saying, Victoria, like maybe it is the food, what you leave out, what you don't, that sort of thing. But yeah, because
now at this point they've had rewards, and like maybe there is stuff that they've left out. I remember Jawan saying in one of his exit interviews that he had some fries in his socks that like he shared with Sage at one point from a reward. So
I cannot.
From the fried chicken reward.
I cannot.
I think it was.
People probably would have gladly
fries
eaten.
Out of somebody's
I don't know. I think
no, but it's so.
I think I might because I was starving.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, they haven't showered.
I don't know, but it's like, what's part of the sock? Like, can it be like the part that's on the ankle above? Like, don't put it on the foot part. Put it on the part that's like ankle or above. Like, I don't know. Like, these people are starving. I think, look, True. I'd be like,
Oh.
Would you, Aysha?
I'd be out there like a germaphobe, okay? That's why I feel like I couldn't make it, because...
You know, I thought that I was like, oh, I'm going to get back to the U.S. I'm going to be like, I can take on anything. I went back to my old ways. Yeah. I was like, because you get, like, it's one of those things where you're just kind of thrown into it. And I know Jeff always talks about, like, you get the mud on day one. And so you're just dirty. Like, you're just consistently dirty. You're fine with it. We washed off in, like, the ocean, but you're still, like, that's salt water, you know? Like, you're sticky and just moist all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if on like 2 weeks in, I'm like, okay, that fry kind of sounds good. I don't know. Right. Probably.
Yeah. I've done water fast before, like 3-day water fast. I've gone as long as I think maybe 4 days. And you're hungry. Like, I can only imagine like what it's like to go all this time.
I know. But yeah. I mean, I was only in the game 7 days and I lost 10 pounds. So it's like, now I know what I need to do.
I know,
next time I want to lose a quick 10. Eat coconut and coconut water.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, anything else this episode, ladies, that y'all want to discuss that we haven't touched on?
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was like, I will say the biggest mystery for me. Oh, go ahead.
I did have something. When Sage said, like, when she said I could take accountability for my mistakes, and her mistake was voting out Alex. Y'all, did y'all hear that part?
No.
Did I?
When did she say that?
I just heard her talk about the karma. She was like, my karma is coming.
That's what she was talking about. That part.
She was talking about Alex.
Yes, that
who was the Alex vote? Who should have been on the Alex vote?
It was supposed to be Savannah.
Oh.
It was supposed to be Savannah every step of the way.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I just, like, I don't know. It's hard because I want to give props to everyone this season. Like you made it this far. Even the people who just made it to the jury, even the people who went out pre-jury, like, at least you got out there, right? And they're kind of just doing what they can with what they have. So it's just like the fact that Rizzo has been able to just like get these people every single time. It's like he sees what works and what doesn't work, and he's adapted. And Savannah, she just kind of leaned into this villain arc, and she's just like, look, and she knows that she is a beast at these immunity challenges. So she's like, I can say whatever I want. I don't have to have that fear or risk or whatever. And then it's just like, I really, if Sage had not abandoned her, just like, gotta get out Savannah. She wanted it too long to where it was like she got just enough time to kind of be like, well, I've always wanted Savannah out, so maybe I get somebody else out, and then I'll get back to that. Yeah. But it's just like, now you're in the final 5.
Yeah. I wrote down here with the Steven voter, I was like, I feel like she makes the worst moves. Like, she just makes the worst moves, personally, for her game. Does.
Yeah,
I know.
It seems very impulsive. Like, I don't know if it is impulsive.
I know, it's so hard. Yeah. No, but that's the thing. I get it. Like, I know it's like that's as a viewer, that is just very natural to say, right? Yeah. Like, it's so natural to be like, that was not a good move because we know X, Y, and Z. But it's like, it's something about being out there too, is like, it doesn't even feel like Survivor. Like, there were so many times I had to remind myself, like, oh shoot, we are playing Survivor. Like, oh, there's the logo. We're legit playing. I'm not just in some random island, you know? And so it's, especially being in the game this long, I don't know how it affects you, but it's just like, it's one of those things where, you know, I know players can beat themselves up for so long after. Like this past weekend, I went to Over the Edge in Orlando. I met so many people, and there are people from seasons ago of Survivor who still think about what happened during their season. Yeah. And so it's just like, I know what these people are in for after the season concludes, and every single person who didn't win, even whoever wins, is going to be thinking about, dang, I wish I could have won this way instead of this way, you know?
Yeah.
And so
I can
it's
only
so
imagine.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about you're like, what, 1 in 19, 1 in 20 chances away of $1 million. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
already.
I think about like the other day when I was watching, or yesterday, I guess, I was thinking about Rizzo, and I was like, if Rizzo loses, this will be so sad.
Yeah,
because it's like at this point we know like he's gonna cry, right?
Yeah, he's so emotional and he's so excited for it, and he's done a really good job. And so, personally,
like, I worked so hard.
Yeah,
because he has worked hard. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I am rooting for Rizzo to win it, but something is telling me Savannah.
You think Savannah? I think Sophie. Like I think Sophie. I think she's in the best position right now, as we've kind of discussed, to go with whichever way she wants to go. If she goes the Christina Sage way, I think she's got it.
A shoe-in.
Yeah, but she has to do it though. That's the thing. It's
right.
like you got to do it, and I don't know if she's
so
gonna.
Tough. Yeah, like you have these two routes, but it's like one is a smooth path and the other is like every obstacle possible.
Yeah, I think she's gonna pick the Christina Sage route personally.
I hope so.
I think it's just also there's the fire at 4, right? And so it's like that other person may not be in your control. Like it may not be Sage and Christina. It may be one of them. Or it could be Christina. I mean, not Christina, but Savannah could win and take who she wants to take, and then you in fire with someone. I don't know. So it's a very unpredictable ending, even though she's in the best, I think, position. But yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking with Rizzo, if he doesn't win, because when he pump faked his idol again, I was like, is the jury tired of this?
The jury was like, oh, that's what I want to talk about just really quickly. The jury, their reactions were so telling with that. Like it wasn't like, oh shoot, that's so cool. Oh, he's so bold for not playing. They literally rolled their eyes. That's when I was like, this perception of him in the game and in the jury, I think, like that's really going to matter. And so it's just like, okay, he's a great showman for the TV, but this specific jury is not eating it up the way that he thinks they are.
Yeah. And I think this one too, because it rubbed me wrong. Of course, now we know that wasn't necessarily the case in terms of Sophie B's eyes, but I definitely was like, not you. Was it a block vote? And you going up there and Sophie's like, yeah, play it for me. And you like, no, actually, I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And yeah, actually it is good till 5. At that moment I was like, okay, that might have been your $1 million mistake right there. Because it's only so much you can, because everybody is expecting you to play it at some point. And so I feel like when you're down this low in the numbers, everyone is tired of the games because they all went out because of your games. You know what I'm saying?
I was just like
guys just throwing it back in their face.
Yeah,
exactly. Throwing it back in their face. It's not cute anymore. We're not having fun.
We're not
anymore.
laughing. We're not going back to Ponderosa tonight being like, oh my gosh, that was so cool of him.
Yeah.
No, they're mad. You know. So I think I think even if he makes it to final 3. He's going to have to shift people's view of him, which is that enough time, you know? Like, I know Final Tribal can last a long time, but, like, he really has to sell it to where they're no longer bitter. They're no longer feeling a way about him. So that's a tough road. So then it's just like, if we're thinking back at the perspective of Sophie B, okay, then, if she doesn't have to worry about Rizzo, it's like, okay, how does she have a leg up on Savannah? That's the tough part.
Yeah.
Excited for the finale.
Yes, same.
This season kind of flew by.
Yes, thank you for coming. Aysha, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, so y'all can find me. I'm most active on Instagram at Aysha like Aysha. That's Aysha like ASIA. I am podcasting right now about Married at First Sight. I have a Patreon with my co-host Jason Reed, we're talking about season 19. We put bonus content on our Patreon, but we also just started talking about season 10, which is also on Peacock. And so we both have watched all the seasons. So we're rewatching season 10 and just going episode by episode. So you can find that at patreon.com/aperfectmatchpodcast. We drop a podcast every single week. And yeah, nothing going on right now over on Rob Has a Podcast, but Big Brother next summer. I hop on 50. My feed updates with it. Yeah, Survivor 50. Yeah. And then I hop on live feed updates on with Taryn for Big Brother. So you can catch me here and there. But if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post where I'm at.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Alrighty, y'all, hit that subscribe button and we will catch you for the finale. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.